So welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be looking at a bit of GBBs. We're going to be looking at them covering the latest news about Iran being bombed illegally by America and Israel. And of course they have to relate that back to the Green Party, because the Green Party have just won a by-election, so they have to try and smear them. And I've seen a lot of discourse about Mothin Ali, the deputy leader of the Green Party, and how he supports the Iranian regime. So let's see more about that and see what they have to say.
The Green Party leader, Zach Polanski, has now called on Sir Keir Starmer to condemn the strikes on Iran after branding the US and Israel rogue states. He says the strikes are illegal and unprovoked. And the answer is negotiation and de-escalation. Meanwhile, his co-deputy leader, Mothin Ali, was spotted at what appeared to be a pro-Tehran rally over the weekend. How dangerous are the Green Party? Joining us now is the editor of Turn Left UK, Ben McLean. Ben, thank you very much. Tremendous to see you. Great to have you on the show.
Yes,
so, look, Mothin's kind of 2 for 2 on the old terror attack situation, isn't he, really? I mean, it was straight after October the 7th. He was straight out the traps. I had to apologise for some of the things he said there. And then the Ayatollah gets slotted, and he appears to be at a pro-Ayatollah demonstration. I'm starting to wonder whether or not this guy maybe has our best interests at heart, Ben.
Well, in terms of him being pro-Ayatollah, that doesn't really work for me. So the protest wasn't supporting the regime, but organised by the Stop the War Coalition and the Campaign for Nuclear Disarmament, right? The Iranian regime supposedly want to get hold of nuclear weapons, and the Campaign for Nuclear Disarmament obviously want to disarm nuclear weapons. The protest signs produced by the Stop the War Coalition and CND that were on the ground there and in those pictures that you showed say, don't attack Iran, stop Trump's wars and no war in Iran, not, they're not saying, like, glory to the martyred Ayatollah, right? It would be a bit different if we were in that situation. I'd also say
unfortunately we are.
And that's the discourse I've had. I said, yeah, if he was supporting the Iranian regime, I would condemn it 100%. But it's just trying to stop the war. It's just trying to say, how about we stop bombing innocent children in schools? How about we try diplomacy instead of just thinking, well, if we bomb them, we could probably eventually, hopefully, take over their country, stop the oil supply to China, and then Israel also has peace in the Middle East, and we can all live happily ever after. But that's not really how it works.
You're there, but unfortunately that is literally happening now. There are vigils taking place for the Ayatollah now, although I very much doubt Mothin Ali is at one of those.
I don't think Mothin Ali is in attendance. I'd say, by the way, Saddam Hussein was a brutal dictator, and his sons Uday and Qusay Hussein terrorized the people of Iraq. But if you were one of the people that marched against the war in Iraq, no one could really say that you support, for example, Saddam Hussein's genocide of the Kurdish people. Like that, those two positions don't really add up. I'd also say, Ayatollah Khamenei, sorry, not Khomeini. Khomeini was the previous leader. Ayatollah Khamenei was a brutal dictator, and I condemn unequivocally, and Mothin Ali would condemn as well, unequivocally, the acts of atrocity committed by Ayatollah Khamenei. But Khamenei was also a right-wing hardliner in Iranian politics. He was part of the Combatant Clergy Association, a right-wing militia group in Iran, responsible for the deaths of tens of thousands of protesters and the morality police suppressing women's rights. But Mothin Ali is a leftist following a gay, vegan, Jewish leader who, Mothin Ali runs a YouTube channel called My Family Gardens, all about growing his own veggies in his garden.
I mean, he also shouted "Alu."
Yeah, he grows his own veggies. He's an Islamic extremist. That's enough evidence for me.
When he won a local council and said this is for Gaza. So I mean, there is that stuff.
Absolutely,
as well.
He believes in the human rights of the Gazans, and he shouted God is great when he won his election. Absolutely, but
Allahu Akbar means God is great. Just because it's something that they say before they often do heinous acts. And when I say they, I mean Muslim extremist groups, just the same as they're extremist groups in all religions, because they think that they're, honouring their God and fighting back, when in reality we know that they're they're insane, basically. And they make up a very small percentage of the Islamic faith, of which there are literally billions of them. So, because there are billions of them, you're going to have a few insane people that get completely radicalized and think that they have to blow everybody up to honor Allah, God. But, yeah, it's not... the phrase in itself is not an issue at all, but obviously GB News are very scared of that phrase. Usually the boom boom comes after that phrase.
Attends Bilal Masjid Mosque in Leeds, which is a Sunni mosque, and Mothin is Bangladeshi. Most Bangladeshis are Sunni. The Ayatollah was a Shia religious leader. When people claim that Mothin is in support of the Ayatollah because he attended an anti-war protest, it seems a bit like claiming that Irish Protestants supported the Good Friday Agreement because of their love of the Pope as God's messenger on earth.
That's a fantastic comparison. Who's supposed to be Muslim? They're all the same. They all think the same thing. They all read the Quran and interpret it the same. There's like loads of denominations, the same as there is in other religions. So the fact that you're trying to say, oh, he must support the Iranian regime, it's a different sect entirely. Like, Jesus Christ. So yeah, the Irish comparison's really, really good.
It's a misunderstanding of...
Well, as I understand what the Green Party's policy on this would be, it would be to divest ourselves from America and Israel, so lose both of those as allies completely, and then just to have negotiated with the Ayatollah, to send Zach Polanski out there to negotiate with the Ayatollah. Do you not think... I mean, it kind of makes more sense when you realise that they also want to legalise crack cocaine, this stuff, doesn't it, really?
Well, legalise and regulate. Importantly, crack cocaine would only be sold by pharmacies in that situation. Not, you know, you can just go in the local shop and buy crack cocaine. Right, the same way that you couldn't buy it from Boots specialist pharmacies. Importantly, because these things have to be regulated. The same way that, by the way, we regulate methadone, right, for treatment of currently. But anyway, that's a distraction. The Green policy on this is that the West took 20 years and $2.3 trillion to replace the brutal regime of the Taliban in Afghanistan with the brutal regime of the Taliban in Afghanistan. And let's not do the same in Iran, right? Let's not spend another $3 trillion to replace the Islamic extremists in Iran with more Islamic extremists, right? Food inflation will go through the roof in that time, and struggling British families will suffer as Iran attacks the Strait of Hormuz, and prices will go through the roof. The money that's spent on this should go on NHS care, investing in local communities, and improving conditions for our armed forces, which is a Green Party policy, by the way. Improving conditions, pensions for the armed forces. Excuse me. Yeah, go.
All right, we're at the end of the hour, I'm afraid. Ben, thank you very much.
Of course. Obviously, if any of you aren't subscribed to Turn Left, then please subscribe to them. They do some great stuff. But yeah, it's absolutely hilarious. They've got nothing. They literally have nothing. They're like, oh look, he was seen at this rally, therefore he supports the regime, and then it's just proven wrong time and time again. Every point he tries to make is just instantly destroyed and made to look silly, and that's what we need to do more of. We need to be combative. We need to actually have these discussions out in the open, in as public a place as possible, where as many people can hear us, and we're not the woke left of 10 years ago, the weak left that would, get into the weeds about identity politics, and the woke scolds that would be like, well, actually, yeah, that's problematic. You probably shouldn't say that. I'm like, yes, there is probably a nuanced conversation to have about these things, but it's not that important right now. The most important thing is stopping fascism. How do we stop fascism? We have open debates where we expose their simplistic and, their viewpoints that are just solely based on fear and grievance, and they're just scared. They're scared people. And if you can gather enough people together that are all scared, they can do horrendous things. So we need to fight back against that, debate them wherever we can, and stay informed, stay strong. And if you like this, then leave a comment. I'm happy to talk to anybody. You'll see I reply to basically all my comments, as I'm still a small channel. It's fairly easy for me to do. Even if you disagree with me, I like having the discourse. Give this video a like and subscribe for more content. See you in the next one, guys.